Welcome in, all you beautiful people, to this wonderful thing we call the CHGO Bulls Draft Profile Series. I'm your man, Big Dave. That is my guy over there, Will, the Thrill, the GOAT, Gottlieb, and we are very excited to be with you. Aren't you excited, Will?
It's draft season, it's a holiday, and we're ready to start talking about prospects.
All right, we got one up on the board right now. Our guy, E.J. Liddell, right out of Illinois, representing Ohio State University. There goes his numbers right there. The 19 points a game, the basically 8 rebounds, the 2.5 assists, the ridiculous 2.6 blocks per game. See that height and that weight, 6'7" and 243, and that ridiculous 7-foot wingspan. There goes his splits down there, basically 50% from the field, 37% from three, and a very respectable 76% from that free throw line. Let's take a look at those strengths and question marks on old E.J. Liddell there. The rim protection, perimeter D, and the passing. Will, for you, which ones jump out at you as soon as you take a look at those strengths?
Well, let's start with the rim protection because that is his premier NBA caliber skill. He does it in a variety of different ways. Let's start with just help defense. In the paint, sliding over from that weak side block, he gets to everything, whether it's just straight up rejecting it or altering shots. That 7-foot wingspan mixed with the 38-inch max vert, which was among the top at the NBA draft combine. He just makes it really tough to get shots around him. Great timing, great footwork, great anticipation. He just kind of does it all. And it's not just sliding over. He will make blocks coming down from help at the top of the key. He is a chase down block artist. He will hunt you down in transition and swat that shot off of the glass. He does it from everywhere on the court. And it's not only just the highlight caliber blocks, of which there are many, but he's also getting up and providing great verticality. Even if he's not hunting those highlight blocks, he is just making it tough to get shots up at the rim. And for a guy that's 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan, you can really imagine how he would slot into an NBA defense at the power forward position.
Yeah, he's really special. And also one thing he's worked and improved on, Will, is that three-point shooting. Got it up to 38% this season.
Yeah, the three-point shot, I think, is going to be his swing skill in the NBA. He was, as you mentioned, 38% in college during his junior year, and that rose every single year. So it started out much lower, but he put a lot of work into it, and it looks a lot better. He is basically that's going to be his offensive role in the NBA. He's got some other skills, whether it's post-ups, passing out of the post, or even across the perimeter. The important skill for him in the NBA is going to be that three-point shot. It does have a little bit of a hitch. There are some concerns just about how real it is, but he's proven that he can do it at a 37% clip. And if he can translate that to the NBA level, I think he's going to be a really good player.
You're absolutely right about that passing as well. Elite passer out of that post this season. Let's take a look at some of those question marks too. You see the offensive skill set, the low ceiling, and the jump shot. Will, what jumps out at you with this? I guess we'll start with the offensive skill set.
Yeah, as I mentioned, a lot of his offense comes in the form of post-ups. Just the way that the NBA game is played these days, you're not going to get a ton of looks there. And whether it's scoring for him or playmaking out of the post, if you remove part of that from his game, it becomes a little bit more difficult for him to produce offense. Now, a lot of that, as I said, is going to come down to his ability to hit the open three in the corner. So we'll see how that goes. But again, I think there is a bit of a question mark there, given the form, the fact that he really gets up and shoots at the top of his jump, not very much of a set shot, and it can be a little bit unpolished at times. So he'll really have to work on that and refine his form. But I think that's more of a question mark than a weakness at this point.
And how concerned are you about his ball handling skills? Because they're not the best as compared to anybody in the NBA. They're not the best handles, but do you find that to be a big concern?
I think initially, especially in his NBA career, he's going to be a spot-up shooter. I think he'll have some opportunity to play out of the post, but for the most part, he's not going to be asked to bring the ball up or create any offense in pick and roll. It's pretty much going to be that spot-up shooting. So the handle is a little bit loose. He's not going to be creating ISO shots one-on-one, but he's not going to need to. You know, if the Bulls do take him at 18, he'll be playing alongside DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. So he won't be the one that's creating most of the offense.
So after taking a look at him, Will, and seeing his overall game, what are your final thoughts on EJ Liddell?
I think he's got potential to be a stud at the 4 position, sliding over to protect the rim. I think with the Bulls especially, Vucevic has drawn a lot of complaining from fans about the inability to protect the rim. So as a 4 with the ability to shoot on offense and then slide over and protect the paint on defense, I think he would fit really well. I do have some concerns about his upside as a player. You mentioned the handle, the ability to create offense. I just don't see him being able to do that, especially early on in his career. You hate to put a cap on what these young guys can do, but he is a little bit older. He's a junior, 21 years old on draft night. So I don't know how much offensive upside there is, but every team in the league now needs a big 4 that can stay in front of guys like Giannis, who can protect the rim and who can shoot threes, and he could slide right into that role immediately with the Chicago Bulls.
And it's going to be interesting to watch. June 23rd is the draft, guys. Make sure you tune in for that. We'll be covering that draft here on CHGO, on the CHGO Bulls podcast. So make sure you tune in for that. And make sure you sign up for all that cool, awesome content that my man will provide you with that incredible writing that he does. You can sign up and get you that points bet combo going on. Use that code CHGO and get yourself $2,000 in free bets. All you got to do is $50 or more first-time deposit, and you'll be hooked up, y'all, and you won't regret it. And you'll get a cool free t-shirt. How awesome is that? Because Will's wearing one of them right now. Look at that flavor right there, man. We'll be back with more of these awesome draft profiles on our YouTube channel, guys. We'll have a ton of these in our playlist. Make sure you check them all out to see every draft pick that we're covering, man. That's the GOAT, Will the Thrill Gottlieb over there. I am Big Dave, y'all. This is the CHGO Chicago Bulls Draft Profile Series. Peace.